Hey guys, how's it going? Are you well? I hope you're well. Scott here from Cuckoo Cottage. So remember the chipper was here? Yeah, don't worry, it hasn't been taken or anything. I was able to get through all the branches in an afternoon, and the stuff that was left over I used to fill in what's becoming a huge hugel culture that I've been working on for 2 years now, just slowly building up this bank, and it is filled with organic material. And probably in about a year or two we'll start planting some trees in there and a few other bits and pieces. So you can see the 100-year-old willow tree. The sections that are just too large for me to work with are still there. Still not sure what to do with those. Excuse me. And the large stones for the border for the bank are a wee bit heavy for me to be moving around. So I'll wait for my strong brother to come. He's a lot stronger than me. Luna would help if she could, but this one we need to source outside help. So lots of thanks to Power Egg guys for this wood. It's been unbelievable. Some of those ash pieces are also too big for me to work with, but I'm not complaining. I've made my way through. I've just got a wee bit of cutting this hawthorn into logs. It was just slightly too big for the chipper, but perfect for logs, and hawthorn in my opinion is the best that you can get for the log burner. It's just fabulous. It's just because it's so dense, it's just fabulous. And then I've laid out the tarpaulin that I was using to suppress weeds at the front of the cottage for a wee while, simply because I wasn't sure what I was going to do there. There's the king. He's meditating away, just staying out of the heat. It's been really hot. So I've laid down that tarpaulin, and I've just been chipping the little pile of branches that was over here, which were 95% ash, and you can just see the quality of the chips, guys. They're absolutely beautiful. And ash just seems to chip really fine in the chipper, whereas the hawthorn chips seem to be just slightly larger. I mean, they weren't big, but just slightly larger, and I wonder if that's just to do with the density. I have to say, sorry, I'll scroll out again, or zoom back out again. I'm pretty sure this is the best tool I've ever bought in my life. It's absolutely incredible. Like, it's easy to maneuver, it's easy to start, it's easy on petrol, it's easy on oil. I thought maybe I was using it too much, so I bought some oil just to make sure. No, I hadn't used it too much. The oil was still grand. It absolutely eats branches right up to, they say 11 centimetres. It easily, or sorry, 12 centimetres, it easily you know, just rips through 12 centimetre diameter, and you could put a tree through it, like 20-30 foot length. It just keeps on going and going and going and spewing out the chips. I use one of these here to prevent any chips from hitting my face, which hasn't happened yet. This is just from Chainsaw Work. It's a cheap basic brand, but it meets all the requirements. And then the ear defenders, because it's loud. I don't know how loud it is. It probably has a decibels thing on it. It's not as loud as the chainsaw, I don't think, but it's loud, so I just wear that for protection, really. But yeah, I have to say, and you know what, do you want to know something? Out of all those branches that I chipped, and all the branches I've just chipped there now, by the way, this took about 20 minutes because they were just lined up ready to go. It just ran through it. It never got stuck once. And that's one of the things that I really didn't like about the other one that I had. I would constantly have to open it up and unclog it. And it was only taking branches that were 3.5 centimetres wide. Now, it was a great chipper, and I put a lot of chipping in, like 17 hours of the trot to get the front garden done. But this thing's just an absolute beast, guys. I absolutely love it. And you know I'm not really into tech and tools, but this is an essential tool for what I'm doing here. It really is, and it's absolutely fabulous. So huge shout out to Heartnet trailers or Heartnet products that make this stuff. They are absolutely, like, the farmer gave it the go ahead. Terry King from Terry's Allotment, the robotic gardener, gave it his thumbs up. Two men I really look up to that know machinery and aren't exactly spring chickens. Sorry, Terry, but even though you do get around like one. And yeah, it's just absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love it, guys, and I highly, highly, highly recommend getting it. Now, it was a reasonable outlay, a couple of grand, but like, for me, that's a no-brainer. Does that make sense? And it eats everything bar what I would use for logs. So if you're in a situation where you're having to chip dead trees or branches, or you do a bit of logging, like, I highly, highly, highly recommend this. And I would highly recommend the company I got it from. They make and fix machinery and have done for the last 30 years. And it shows. and they were really kind. They threw in a couple of extra belts and stuff in case I need them, and like they were really, really kind. Great customer service as well from the lady behind the desk that I spoke to process my order, you know. But yeah, look, I could go on, guys. I absolutely love it. I've been chipping all day. The sun's gone behind the clouds, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just get this on. I was tempted to do like time lapse things, and you know, we see all the branches, and then like I speed it up, and then they're all gone. I know that's very satisfying to watch, but I'm a real technophobe, like Luddite. Like, I'm terrible. So yeah, apologies that it's just kind of I suppose a review, having used it, and I have put it through its paces. I'd probably done about 15 hours on it now, and I'd say 4 today in total to get everything done. But you can see it's cleared all the branches there. I've ripped through this pile in literally half an hour, 40 minutes, and I can imagine it would be the same with this pile because they're just ready to go. The hawthorn ones I had to kind of untangle with a gripe. They were really difficult to get untangled, but no complaints. And then next we'll be moving it by, I'll move obviously the potatoes out of the way and the Jerusalem artichokes and stuff, and I'll rip through that pile there. And then this is to get cut into logs, and then we can start stacking the logs for winter, because it looks like nearly everything, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it looks like I'm going to have dry seasoned logs for this winter. I can't believe that. But it's all thanks to Power Egg. Like, he's just been an absolute godsend, guys. Like, what would I do without him? He's so generous and so kind. Here, look at Luna. Can you see her? She's just rolling about having a mud bath. She's been fabulous. She's been waiting for me, and now we're going to go for her walkies. She wants to go to the bog and cool off. That's her favourite, and she drinks the water from there too. So yeah, if you have any questions about the chipper, stick it in the comment section. I suppose what I could say is I'm not like really, you guys know I'm not like a tool guy, and I found it really easy to put together whenever it came on the pallet. Like, and that's saying something. It just required like a couple of, I don't even know the names of the tools, that's how terrible I am, like a socket wrench or a wrench, but I was using the one that you get with the chainsaw, you know, that like kind of T-shaped tool that you use to, yeah, I don't even know the names of these things, guys. That's how embarrassing I am when it comes to this kind of stuff. But that kind of puts it in a perspective, you know, if someone like me can just like take receipt of it and get it up and going, there you go, that's how easy it is. Now, I wouldn't recommend this if you've got a smaller garden than like what I've got here, or if you're just doing like small little garden. One of those little ones that I have, those wee still ones, are absolutely ideal. Or there's a smaller model than this that these guys make, and I've seen it in action. I would say it'd be an absolute beast. I think it's only like £1,000 or something. That would be more appropriate. But if you're looking to move it around, or you're doing some forestry work or mycoforestry, or you're implementing agroforestry on your farm, or you're just a huge permaculturist and you're ripping through a lot of wood branches that you're getting in order to get wood chips for your garden, like, I literally could not recommend anything higher enough, guys. And I'm sure you can tell from my voice that I'm being genuine here. Okay, so what can I say? It's an absolute beast, and we'll leave it there. Any questions, just stick them in the comments section. I'll try and reply, but cut long story short, it's amazing. All right. Okay, my friends, I'll leave it there, and I hope you have a wonderful day yourselves. I hope your gardens are absolutely thriving, your microbes are multiplying, and your fungi are just bursting out of your beds. All the best.